Welcome back to Dspn, the 12th episode. It's been a while, hasn't it? Obviously we weren't here last week because we had just gotten back from vacation and you guys got that little vlog. But we'll be starting with the biggest news that came out. Deebo Samuel was traded to the Washington Commanders. Mason, what are your thoughts?
All right. Yep. They want me to be scared? They want me to be scared? Oh, we're coming for the NFC East. Whoa! We're going to make a real threat with Deebo Samuel. Imagine Deebo Samuel and Jaden Daniels. No, Deebo's washed, bro. He can't catch anything.
I do think it is a good pickup for them because of the fact that... what are you doing? But I do think it's a good pickup for them solely because now they have two people to throw the ball to, Terry McLaurin and Deebo.
Well, 1.5 because Deebo can't really catch. But, I mean, he's on the payroll, on the roster, so technically, yes.
But you're not...
No, I'm not.
You're not phased at all?
No, not really. They wanted him out, so they traded him. And
he wanted out.
Yeah.
And the next one, which is news also coming from the NFC East that I think Mason will also laugh pretty hard at. Giants are looking at Aaron Rodgers.
Why are people actually looking at him? Like, you have to be so desperate to take him, or you just want to not have Shedeur Sanders. Which is worse, Shedeur Sanders or Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, maybe Shedeur solely because of the fact that Aaron Rodgers has less years left.
Yeah, I'd probably say that Aaron Rodgers is worse because Shedeur Sanders at least has some potential. Aaron Rodgers is washed.
But that's why. Like why? Like I'm genuinely trying to look for a reason why you go for Aaron Rodgers out of everybody.
It's almost like I just asked that question. Like, it's crazy.
Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around how dumb this is. And also, another stupid Jets move. The Jets released Davante Adams.
That's not a stupid move.
And then they're also planning on trading Allen Lazard.
They didn't want Davante Adams. They were just, puppeted to get him because of Aaron Rodgers. And now since they're not going to use he's not going to be their quarterback, why keep him?
True. Counterpoint.
You're bad enough. You might as well just reset.
But it's at least a semi-decent wide receiver to add to your team once you get another quarterback. Which, who was their backup? You don't know, do you? It makes them actually...
It's Tyrod Taylor. At least he was this year. It was Tyrod Taylor. How old is he, bro?
Tyrod Taylor is...
How is he only 35?
Really?
I thought he was 35 10 years ago, dude.
Is Tyrod an upgrade from Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, he had no picks last year. That's tied for first.
But... So would you say it's an upgrade or...
Sure. He's younger. You're getting younger.
Another star recently that might not re-sign is the Chiefs may not extend or re-sign Isaiah Pacheco.
I don't understand that one.
Yeah, like he's... Would you say top 5 running back in the league?
I don't know. That might be pushing a little bit.
Top 10, definitely. I would give him top 10.
Yeah, I'd give him top 10. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why you wouldn't re-sign him, because who else do you have? Kareem Hunt? Like, no.
I mean, I don't think in the Super Bowl I saw Isaiah Pacheco run once.
Well,
I think it was all Hunt.
We also didn't really see them get over midfield until halfway through the third quarter.
That's true.
So,
go Birds. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Okay, so the Eagles re-signed Saquon Barkley for 2 years, $41.2 million, making him the highest paid running back of all time.
That's a lot of money. More money than I'll ever make in my entire life. But I know he just had the best season ever for a running back. But he's going to be kind of old towards the end of that. And we're going to be paying him a lot of money.
He's also Saquon Barkley. He's also Saquon Barkley, and I think
I don't know.
I think it's...
We're out of Myles Garrett. I know that for sure. Now that that's going, we're out on Miles.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are out.
And we probably won't re-sign Sweat or Sweat and Milton Williams.
Who do you think they should re-sign out of the two?
Sweat.
Sweat? Yeah, I agree.
But both...
Doesn't Becton have to be re-signed too?
Mekhi Becton has to be re-signed. Honestly, giving money to Saquon at this point in time, I don't really like it. I know I might be of the minority, but I don't really like it because we got other guys to re-sign, and I think giving him the money right now isn't the move.
I disagree because I think he's still in his prime because of obviously that season he just had. There's no question. I think he's still in his prime. I don't know how many years left he has in his prime, but I think he has at least 2.
Giving him the 2 extra years is the thing.
I think he's got 2. How many years was on the deal to begin with?
3 or 4. I think it was 4.
Okay, so he'd be up to 6 years. Okay.
And we signed him when he was 27.
So he'll be 30. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 33 at the end of the deal. 27 plus 6 equals 33.
That is correct.
But he'll be 33 at the end of the deal. I guess that's a little bit on the older side, but at the same time, you could also trade him if you really, really need to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And there will be sub-team that'll take him, like the Giants. Anyway.
But Saquon Barkley is the best running back in football and just had the best rushing season ever and just won the Super Bowl. So, thank you, Giants.
Speaking of things that suck, just like the Giants, at the moment, the NBA All-Star Game was freaking terrible.
I didn't watch. I watched for maybe 20 seconds, and they were doing this weird thing where they dressed up like fishermen. So...
I didn't see that part.
You didn't? Yeah, they did. I swear, on my life, I saw them dressing like Shaq and stuff up like fishermen. Yup.
Why?
I don't know. It's just some stupid NBA All-Star Game thing. Just, if we're gonna do this, get rid of the All-Star Game.
I don't think you can get rid of the All-Star Game, but I think something has to be done. Like, the Four Nations face-off was great, but...
And the problem is, though, is that with, the dunk contest. Honestly, I love Mac McClung, him being in the dunk contest as a G League guy. But to be honest, no one wants to see Mac McClung in the dunk contest. We want to see guys that we actually know in the dunk contest.
We want to see Zion.
I don't even know what team Mac McClung plays for in the G League. I don't want Jaime Jaquez Jr. up there. I want LeBron James. I want the big names up there.
I want to see Ja Morant do a dunk contest.
Exactly. I don't want some, no-name guy for the Delaware Blue Coats. I want, some actual NBA player that's getting paid a salary.
Is that the only G League team you know?
Yes. I want a guy that's actually getting paid a salary that's more than $1 million.
That actually leads me to my next thing. A man who's getting paid a lot of money is not going to be playing for the rest of the season. Kyrie Irving has torn his ACL and is now out for the season. You really think the Mavericks are missing Luka right now, don't you think?
Yeah, this season has officially gone wrong for the Mavericks. Dude, rest in peace to the Mavericks.
Take the hat off, put it on the...
Rest in peace to the Mavs. It also happened this year to the Sixers, but...
we don't talk about that, though. We don't talk about that.
Thank you, Quentin Grimes, for dropping 44 points just so we can't get our top 6 pick. Thank you so much.
You could, is there no statistical way you can get it?
I mean, there is, but our percentage dropped about 10% when we
you're
won.
cooked. You're cooked.
Yeah.
Were you supposed to just lose every game for the rest of the season?
Yeah, that was pretty much the plan. Maxey has scored 15 points combined in his last 2 games.
I saw a picture.
So Nick Nurse is just like, yo, Maxey, just pass the ball, bro. Just pass the ball. That's it.
I saw a thing with he scored 5 points the other night.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of his stat line with Kai Cenat's head on top of him.
Dude, someone's got to tell Tyrese Maxey, I'm trying to make the playoffs in fantasy basketball. I've lost 3 games straight because Luka won't get off the bench. Please score. But lose.
Score,
but score 50 points, but lose, okay? That's all I want. I want the Sixers to lose and Maxey to score
Classic
70.
Sixers, by
I
the way.
want Maxey to score 70 every night and them to lose.
So you're rooting specifically for Maxey?
Yes, that's it.
That actually brings me in, because the Sixers, their season's also gone to crap because Embiid is now out for the season.
Good.
I know you're not too bad. You're not too sad about it, but like, it's not great for them.
I made a point last night. I said to my dad, I'm like, yeah, I thought about all the Sixers jerseys I have. Ben Simmons. When I got that, I'm like, I'm going to be wearing this for a long time. Joel Embiid. I got that, I'm like, I'm going to be wearing this a long time. Jimmy Butler. I'm going to be wearing this for a long time.
You said the same thing about that Carson Wentz jersey you own, too.
Carson Wentz. Other team, but you get the point. Carter Hart.
Oh.
I can't even wear that one anymore.
Yeah.
I can't even wear that, dude.
It's not
I'd
like...
go to prison if I wear that jersey, bro. But the Sixers are a mess, and
we won't speak on what Carter Hart did. If you want to know, you can look it up.
Yeah.
But someone who's killing it right now, Stephen Curry is averaging 30 points, 7 assists, and 3.6 rebounds in his last 5 games.
Dude, against the Sixers, he had a dunk.
I know, and he had dropped 50-something.
Dude, the last time he dunked, we didn't have, like, a global pandemic, bro. Last time he dunked was 2019.
Really?
I remember that one time he tried and then slipped
in that All-Star game?
and then went. No, it was an actual game. He slipped and then goes to the corner for a 3 and airballs it.
The only time you've ever seen Steph airball ever. I don't think I've ever seen Steph airball.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever airballed since like when he was like 9.
Yeah, probably not.
He's still probably draining half-court shots at 9 years old. You never know.
Yeah. In other news, NHL. The Four Nations face-off was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was.
That was so
great.
awesome.
You'd think like, oh, it's technically an all-star. It's technically an all-star kind of thing.
These guys
are gonna go kind of light, but no, these guys realize they're playing for their countries. They're gonna go all out. They haven't played for their countries since the World Juniors, so they're gonna go absolutely 100,000%. And it was so good.
It felt like a World Cup-esque atmosphere.
Yeah, like I was genuinely invested into all the games, and when Canada won in the final, I was devastated.
Yeah.
I was devastated.
Connor McDavid on an overtime breakaway. Just not
Who thought that if you leave Connor McDavid open in the slot, he'd score? Who would think that?
Who would think that? Like the
what
best player
what kind of what kind of person would think that would happen? Like,
yeah. Like, leaving the best player open. Like,
leaving the best player in the world right now open in the slot, like, he wouldn't score.
No.
Never.
He'd never do that.
No.
But he did.
He did.
Which is a surprise to everybody.
Which is surprising. I didn't think he would.
A player that played really well were the Kachuk brothers.
Yeah, they did.
I love that in the first game against Canada, they just proceeded to just drop the gloves and just start fighting people.
Yeah, that was great. Brady Kachuk with another fight last night against Tom Wilson.
Tom Wilson probably deserved that.
Yeah, actually, he got hit. Giroux hit Tom Wilson, and he went to go like talk to Giroux, and then Brady Kachuk's like, "You want to drop the gloves?" He's like, "Yeah, why not?"
I feel bad because didn't Matt Kachuk get injured in the Four Nations face-off? Because I know he's on IR now.
And he's selling my fantasy hockey team. I had to draw Barzal just because of him.
He's selling my fantasy hockey team. Speaking of fantasy hockey, I have this guy in my fantasy hockey team. Seth Jones was traded to the Panthers for Spencer Knight.
Dude, that is a career move for Seth Jones. He was praying for this to happen. He was praying to get traded to an actually good team instead of having to play with Connor Bedard, hopefully scoring every night.
It's really good for the Panthers. It's a good pick.
Yeah, and I saw that they traded Spencer Knight, and I'm like, all right, they kind of fleeced him here. Spencer Knight had that like one good season, and he hasn't really done anything since. But he did play his first game in Chicago, had 41 saves, only gave up 1 goal, which is a great night.
That's a really great.
That's a really good night.
That's like Mason Davis-esque.
Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out Mason Davis.
Shout out.
Then we'll go on to the MLB to close things out. Mason, I'll let you speak for us. How was specifically your experience at spring training?
Oh, it was great. I got to meet some players, talk to some players, coaches and stuff, and if you ever get the chance, do it.
Yeah, you totally should. I've heard more teams are a little bit more closed off than others. Like the
Like the Yankees.
Like the Yankees are a lot more closed off to fan interaction.
But that's probably because like they're the Yankees. They're also like the Dodgers. I expect to be the same thing. The Mets and.
But the Phillies, which is where we went, extremely open. Like players literally have to walk through like a concourse to even walk through like a sidewalk.
They have to walk through the sidewalk where everyone walks just to do BP. Which is kind of cool because they're walking across. They're signing autographs, taking pictures, fist bumps, whatever. And
we got to talk with both of them. If you watched the last video we made, the link will be in the description of this video if you're watching it on YouTube. But I got a lot of interviews with people. There was a lot of good places to eat down there in Clearwater, Florida. It was a great time. If you get the chance to go to Clearwater, Florida, take it. So Mason, what teams are looking better and worse in the spring training this year? I can tell you which team is not looking very good.
Last time I checked, the Cubs, they were undefeated in spring training.
Really?
Yeah, last time I checked. I don't know if that's factual now, but last time I checked, they were. And the Phillies had quite the game the day of recording this.
Mason's wasn't.
It was 12-3, and they lost. Zach Wheeler pitched like he belongs in Single A, and go Phillies. It's going to be a rough few months. if the regular season's like this, it is going to be a long season.
I'm going to hear Mason screaming at the top of his lungs all summer.
Start off kind of weak, and then clutch up and get into the playoffs and then lose in the wild card.
So, you excited?
Yeah, I am.
And the last piece of news, Manchester United were knocked out of the FA Cup by Fulham, in which, if you don't watch soccer, is Fulham in the division below us?
No, they're in the Premier League.
Okay, well they're
in a higher place than Manchester United.
Right. Well, historically wise, Fulham is not a very good team. Manchester United, historically wise, is one of the best teams in England.
In the world.
That's in the world. It's not the case anymore. Man United stink. Like they're horrible now. We don't know what happened. Actually, we do know what happened. It's the organizations run horribly. And the Fulham are good, which is something not a lot of people expected.
No.
But what are your thoughts on United getting knocked out?
They're garbage, and they need to get relegated just so they can get their crap together. And I don't really see them being better in the near future.
Dude, I could see Wrexham beating us right now.
They are losing transfer battles. They are losing players. People don't want to go there. They don't want to work there. They don't want to play there. They're offloading people that work there, and it's owned terribly. It's coached terribly. They play horrible, and basically they should be in the championship, which is the league below them.
Yeah, I agree. The Man United stink. And Fulham, props to them. They've turned themselves around recently.
Yeah, they've finished higher than United, last year.
Not a lot. That's not saying much. Where did we finish last year?
Like 8th or 9th.
There's 20 teams in the Premier League.
Yeah, there's 20 teams, and Manchester United have 20 championships, and they haven't won one since 2013.
I think it's me and Mason might be the curse because they've been terrible since we've been able to remember. So it might be our fault, right? But player, game, and bum of the week. I'll start with my player of the week. I'm going to give it to Stephen Curry. He's, as I said earlier, he's been killing it. Mason, who are you giving it to?
I know it wasn't this week, but
or player of the amount of time since we last uploaded one of these.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go Gabriel Rincones Jr. Gabe Ruth for the Philadelphia Phillies. Pretty much every time he goes up to bat, the ball goes 450 feet. So big ups to Gabe Ruth.
Honorable mention will be Brandon Marsh because he was super nice to me the other week. What? But he was really nice to me. Felt up my beard, which was kind of funny. If in a nice way. It's not creepy, But Mason, what's your game of the week?
Game of the week. I'm gonna go
Or game of since we last uploaded?
Four Nations Face-Off Championship.
I agree. It's without a doubt.
It was tough to watch as an American.
But it was a great game to watch.
It was a great game.
If you weren't American or Canadian, you'd have just a lot of fun watching it as a hockey game.
I cried in the bathroom. I was thank God my mom went to bed, so I was on the couch bawling my eyes out, with all my country's pride. No, I'm just kidding. But it was devastating that they lost, but it was amazing. And they're going to be doing the Olympics next year, and they're doing this every, the off years of the Olympics, and then they're going to have the World Cup of Hockey, so it's best on best hockey is back.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. And last but not least, your bum of since we last uploaded.
Joel Embiid. Pretty self-explanatory.
Because he got injured and was
Because he got injured. He's horrible. Also, I'm going to give it to Paul George, Podcast P. Because I'm going to take a break from the podcast. And I'm going to take a break from the podcast and focus on winning a championship. His one-day hiatus from posting on his podcast has ended. So
he probably showed up and goes, never mind, we taken.
Never mind. Season's over, guys. Nick Nurse just told me not to play, so here we are.
I'm gonna give my bum of the week to the Chiefs for not wanting to extend Pacheco, because that's a really baffling decision for me. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't extend him.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Dspn. We'll be back next week. We'll see you guys. And then, throw it.